Now, Donald Trump made his pitch directly to Latino voters yesterday during a town hall with the Spanish language network Univision. In it, the former president called the January 6th Capitol insurrection, quote, Day of Love, and also did not back down from false claims that Haitian migrants were eating pets in Springfield, Ohio. Take a look.
You had hundreds of thousands of people come to Washington. They didn't come because of me. They came because of the election. They thought the election was a rigged election, and that's why they came. Some of those people went down to the Capitol. I said peacefully and patriotically, nothing done wrong at all, nothing done wrong. And action was taken, strong action. Ashley Babbitt was killed. Nobody was killed. There were no guns down there. We didn't have guns. The others had guns, but we didn't have guns. And when I say we, these are people that walked down. This was a tiny percentage of the overall, which nobody sees and nobody shows. But that was a day of love from the standpoint of the millions. It's like hundreds of thousands. It could have been the largest group I've ever spoken before.
My question to you very respectfully is, do you really believe that these people are eating the people's pets?
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. And this was just reported. I was just saying what was reported. That's been reported. And eating other things, too, that they're not supposed to be. But this is, all I do is report. I was there. I'm going to be there. And we're going to take a look, and I'll give you a full report when I do. But that's been in the newspapers and reported pretty broadly. I will say this as far as Springfield is concerned, because I do know that situation. You have a city of 52,000 people, and they've added almost 30,000 migrants into the city. If you were a person that lived there, if you lived in Springfield, Ohio, and all of a sudden you couldn't get into a hospital, you couldn't get your children into a school, you wouldn't be able to buy groceries, you could no longer pay the rent because the government's paying rent. Any of that, if any of that happened, it would be a disaster for you, and you wouldn't be happy.
So again, you have a situation where former President Trump is being asked questions, and he proceeds to lie many times, and he's allowed to drone on and on with those lies unchecked. Joining us now is former president of Univision and former president and CEO of Telemundo, Joaquin Blaya. Thank you very much for coming on the show this morning. I'm wondering how you felt this town hall went on Univision last night, and if he was able to win over more voters from the community.
Well, Mika, you were talking a few minutes ago about this ecosystem that exists in Fox News. What happened last night at the Univision Town Hall, it was an extension of that. It was really not a town hall. It was an infomercial in where they brought in audience as props. They did ask tough questions, but of course, he went on to recite his concert of lies without any journalism integrity on the part of the network, without any fact-checking. And so he spoke for uninterrupted, saying many of the things that we have seen him say for the last few months. But some of the things that he has been saying in the last few months, which are very relevant to Hispanics, were not brought up. For example, that we are poisoning the blood of this country.
Right.
That we includes me and my family. That he is working on the largest deportation project in American history, where he is planning to raid and put in camps millions of people. Obviously, he went on talking about the Haitians in Springfield, legal citizens of this country, which were invited by that city to help provide services and jobs. It goes on and on. I think you have covered the subject at length this morning. The question here is, Univision did not distinguish themselves as being true news organization and served as a platform for close to an hour of his continuing recital of lies.
Mr. Blaya, good morning. As you say, there are so many issues central to the lives of Latino Americans in this country that were not addressed yesterday. And I guess the question is, why? Is it Donald Trump went there? He only goes places where he knows he'll have a friendly reception. But on the example that we showed there about the immigrants eating the pets in Springfield, Ohio, which is so quickly and easily refuted by the facts, you can cite fellow Republicans, the governor, the mayor, others who said that's just complete nonsense. Why is it in this case, do you think, that he was not held to account? He was not pressed on some of his lies?
Well, I cannot respond for the network, but there was the person that was conducting the, let's call it the town hall, was the same person that did that, what I call, when I spoke at it was Rachel, what I call a propaganda project. The main anchor of the Univision network is Jorge Ramos, one of the most respected journalists in America. And if the network was serious about conducting this in a journalistic manner, you would have thought that Jorge would have to be the person doing the interview and the town hall. Yet they again decided to put on someone that they brought from Mexico, and the results are what you saw last night, where they allow Trump to go freely, as I said again, reciting, his traditional list of lies.
Former president of Univision, Telemundo, Joaquin Blaya, thank you both. Thank you very much for coming on. And I meant to say that you were headed up both networks. I really appreciate your important insights this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
David.
Thank you.